And we are live. Okay, let me take a sit down real quick. What's up, all y'all spirits out there? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good night. Whatever time it is when you are watching this video, what's up with y'all? Today is day 17 of our 60-day discipline challenge. And for today, we are going to do a little yoga flow for flexibility and mobility in your lower body. So we're going to be doing some exercises for your hamstrings, your hip flexors, your calves, your ankles, all that. We're gonna do a nice good little yoga flow real quick. So if y'all ready for that, go ahead and meet me on the mat. And yes, I got my scarf on today, so I just got my hair braided, and I ain't trying to mess it up like that. So hey, I got my scarf on right now. But anyway, let's get on the mat and let's start with our little yoga flow. We're gonna start in a seated position, but not crisscross applesauce, kind of like in a butterfly position. We're gonna start there. So if you guys are ready for that, go ahead and meet me on the mat. Okay. All right. So like I said before, we are going to start in a seated position. Go ahead and sit down. And like I said before, we're not going to we're not going to cross our legs. We're not going to go into a crisscross applesauce position. We are going to set our feet together just like so. And look, if you're looking for a challenge, pull your feet as close to you as you possibly can. If you're not looking for a challenge, you just want to like do a little stretching, you're not really trying to stretch deeply, you can always push your feet away from you like so. But me, I'm gonna pull my feet as close to me as possible because I'm looking for a very deep stretch right now. But I'm not gonna start flapping my legs or anything yet. We're just gonna take a couple breaths in this still butterfly position before we start flapping our legs. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath here and a deep breath out. All right, we're gonna stay for like a couple more breaths here. We're gonna take a deep breath through our nose and a deep breath out your nose or mouth. Let's take one more breath here, guys. Inhaling through our nose and exhaling out the nose or mouth. Alrighty, now we can actually start flapping our legs. I just want to take a couple breaths there in stillness, but now that we took our breaths, we're gonna actually start to flap our knees up and down. And like I said before, if you're looking for more of a challenge, pull your feet close to you as possible. If you're not looking for a challenge here, you just want a little stretch, go ahead and push your feet a little bit farther away from you. Me, I'm gonna keep them up here. I'm looking for a deep stretch right now. So I'm gonna take a deep breath in and a deep breath out as I continue to flap my legs up and down in our butterfly. I know something caught my attention, like something was buzzing so loud right now. I had to turn and see what it was. And this little bug that just started crawling underground like it was just flying. And then it just landed and now it's crawling underground. It looked like one of those, look, have y'all ever seen a killer bee? They be like this big. They don't be that big, y'all. I'm so dramatic. They be like this big. They be like this big. They're like really, really big. It looked like a bee, but bigger, but way bigger. It kind of looked like a bee slash wasp kind of thing. But anyway, I just seen one of those type of creatures, and they be living underground. That's what made me doubt that was like maybe one of those type of bees, because they be burrowing underground. So when I seen that, I was like, man, let me look the other way, because them, man, I ain't trying to get stung by one of them. I had to say, I'm not trying to get stung by one of them. Like, man, them stings hurt, and they can sting repeatedly. They don't sting you just once like some regular old bee. Like, they can sting you repeatedly. So let me look the other way. Let it fly on somewhere. Let it like get about my space. Get about my space real quick. Cause I'm not trying to get stung right now. But anyway, I'm doing a lot of chit chatting, a lot of yapping right now. We're supposed to be doing yoga. So let's take another breath in our flapping little butterfly here. And as we exhale, we're going to find stillness once again, but this time we're going to take our hands, we're going to set them on top of our knees, and we're going to push our legs towards the ground. As we push our legs towards the ground, we're going to use the force in our knees to kind of pull them back up like this. So kind of a counteractive force. So you're pushing down, but you're trying to pull up at the same time. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's push down here. Remember, counteractive force, we're actually trying to pull up as well. So we're going to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. 2 more breaths here, 2 more breaths here. Taking a deep breath through our nose. And a deep breath out our nose or mouth. And also, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for coming in, for joining in on our little yoga flow that we got going on today. We're going to take 1 more breath here. And as we exhale, we're just going to release our hands from our knees. I'm going to separate my butterfly and I'm going to extend my legs out in front of me just like so. And I'm actually just going to shake that out. I'm just going to shake that out real quick, taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. I'm gonna take 1 more breath here, continuing to shake it out. And as I exhale, I'm gonna pull my legs together and I'm gonna spin them around so I go into a tabletop here. Nice and slow, taking my time to get there. Hot as heck. It's heating up, like the heat is for real, for real, for real. But anyway, we're gonna have our fingertips spread wide. We're gonna stack our wrists under our shoulders and we're gonna stack our knees under our hips, hip distance apart. And we're gonna take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. Let's take 1 more breath here. And as we exhale, we're just going to send our hips towards our heels. Nice slow here as we lower our chest down into child's pose. Optional to widen your stance, or you can keep your knees a little bit closer together for a more accessible child's pose. Me, personally, I'm going to widen my legs, and I'm going to sink all the way down, taking a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Let's take 2 more breaths here, inhaling through our nose, and exhaling out the nose or mouth. 1 more breath here. And as we exhale, we're just going to use our hands. We're going to place them against the mat. We're going to push against the mat as we sit up and sit our hips forward to settle back into a tabletop. Go ahead and adjust if need be. Once there, back in your tabletop, you're going to take another deep breath here. And as you exhale, you're just going to start with some small circles here. Really focusing on the lower body. Hello, thank you guys for joining. I'm going to read your comment as soon as I'm done with these circles right here. So we're really just focusing on the lower body. I'm not really rocking over my wrist here because I'm not really doing no wrist prep right now. I'm trying to focus on my lower body mobility and flexibility. So I'm just doing some small circles here, pushing my hips back and sending them forward. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let's take 1 more breath here. And as we exhale, we're just going to switch to the opposite direction. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let's take 1 more breath here. And as you exhale, go ahead and find stillness back into your tabletop. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out as you tuck your toes. Let me fix my top real quick. Go ahead and tuck your toes so you can pick up your hips and shift to downward dog. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. It's okay if your heels do not ground all the way to the mat. We're just going to start to paddle out our legs here. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out as we stay centered towards our toes. You guys can stay in downward dog. Me, I'm going to get up to read this comment real quick. Like I did just say I was going to read it, and I went into a whole nother position. So you guys can stay in downward dog. Me, I'm going to go up and read this comment really quickly before we get back into it. So let me do that just real quick. Let me do that. All right. Okay, I'm going to call you CJ Bro. CJ Bro said, I love that you do your workout in nature. Great idea. Because, you know, I got to be out here. I got to get my sun time in, you know. I got to get my vitamins in, so I got to be out here in nature. I'm only inside if it's raining. If it's raining or it's like stupid hot out here, because I am in Georgia. If it's like finna be 100 degrees out here, it's finna be like 100, or it's like super high 90s, low hundreds, yeah, I'm gonna go in the house. I'm gonna be in the house. I'm not gonna be out here. I'm gonna be like in the house. But yeah, usually If the weather permits, we be outside, y'all. Y'all know I gotta stay glowing out here. I gotta get my sunlight. You know, I glow in the sunlight. My lighting is not as good in the house as it is outside. That's another reason why I be out here. It's because I look best in the sunlight. I look best in the sunlight and not in the artificial light. So, hey, that's why I'm out here as well. But anyway, let's get back on the mat and continue where we left off. Alrighty. Anyway, I'm gonna meet y'all back into while I was finna to tabletop. I'm gonna meet y'all back in downward dog. So let me make my way there real quick. Let me make my way there. I'm gonna meet y'all back in downward dog. Let me just readjust, get my positioning back before I tuck my toes and pick up my hips, shifting back to downward dog. Like I said before, we're just gonna paddle out our legs, taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out as we keep our gaze centered towards our toes. Let's take another deep breath here. And as you exhale, go ahead and start to paddle out maybe a little bit deeper. Maybe you start twisting your hips into this movement. Maybe you're even shifting your gaze under your arms. But either so, we just want to make this movement a little bit deeper than it was before, a little bit more juicier as we take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Yeah, as you guys can see, I'm putting a lot more to this movement. Really lubricating the spine here in my hips as I take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. I'm going to take one more breath here. And as we exhale, we're going to find stillness, settling into our downward dog. Like I said before, it's okay if your heels do not ground. We're just going to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let's take one more deep breath here. And as you exhale, go ahead and bend your knees, kick your right leg up, nice and slow. Keep your hips square as you take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, go ahead and bring your knee to your chest, just like so, taking another deep breath in. And as you exhale, we're gonna take that right foot, we're gonna step it outside of the right hand as we lower our left knee down into a lizard's lunge. Go ahead and settle into your lizard's lunge. We're gonna take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. Optional to lower down onto your forearms if you want a deeper stretch here. Me, I'm fine where I'm at, so I'm gonna stay just like this. I'm gonna stay up just like this, but I'm gonna take another deep breath in. And a deep breath out. 2 more breaths here, 2 more breaths here, guys. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling out the nose or mouth. 1 more breath here. And as you exhale, go ahead and tuck your back toe, lift your back knee up, and we're gonna take our right knee, we're gonna pull that back into our chest, taking another deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're gonna send it back to 3-legged dog, nice and slow, deep breath here. And a deep breath out, bring that knee back into your chest, deep breath here. And as you exhale, that left, well, I was gonna say left foot, your right foot, step it in between your hands. Go ahead and settle here. You're gonna take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out as you lower your knee down into a low lunge. We're gonna go ahead and shift our weight forward. Maybe the knee comes a little bit over the ankles, maybe a little bit, not too much. But if that is too much for you, you can just keep your knee either stacked in the line with your ankle or a little bit right here before the ankle. Me, I'm gonna stretch a little bit past the ankle because I want a deep stretch within my hips here. And I'm gonna take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Optional to keep your hands on the mat for stability, but if you're feeling a bit more comfortable, a bit more balanced, you can take a deep breath in and windmill your arms up. Maybe keep them in the air, maybe in front of heart chakra center, or maybe even set them on your thigh for stability, of course. And we're gonna take a deep breath here and a deep breath out. 1 last breath here. And as we exhale, we're gonna take our hands, we're gonna set them back on the mat, and then we're going to scoot our hips back as we scooch our right leg forward, to create room for a runner stretch. Go ahead and scoot that forward, all the way forward. Now I want you to get your hips to fold over the right leg. Don't round your spine, don't round your back. We want to keep a nice straight spine here. Matter of fact, imagine extending from your crown. Imagine stretching forward from the crown. This might help you to keep your back straight and not to round like this. You don't want to round, you don't want to bend like this. You want to keep your spine nice and straight, and you want to bend at the hips. This is where the bend is happening. Not here in the lower back, but here at the hips. So let's take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And y'all, I'm finna read all the comments as soon as we're done with this runner stretch right here. I'm gonna take 2 more breaths here. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling out the nose or mouth. All right, let's take 1 more breath here. And as we exhale, we're going to shift our weight forward, back into a low lunge. Use your hands as support to pick up your back knee, tuck your back toes. As you lift your right knee back into your chest, drive it back to 3-legged dog. And then lower that leg back down to downward dog. Breathe if need be. Hey, you guys can stay in downward dog. Me, I'm gonna go and read some comments. All right, but you guys can stay right there. We're gonna do everything we just did, but on the left side. But before we do that, we're gonna read real quick, y'all, real quick. Alrighty. Let's see what we got. All right, Samsung said, yo, I'm sorry if I don't pronounce this right. Only speak one language, my bad, y'all. My fault, y'all, my bad. But they said soy. Are they saying they from, like, what are you saying? Like, let me get my other phone. Like, let me translate this real quick. Cause y'all, I'm not only know so much, y'all. Only know so much. I am not the smartest thing in the world. And that I know. Like, only know so much, y'all. Only know so much. But I will translate that and I will get back to you, period. Okay, Isabel said, hi, hey, I seen you again. I remember you from the last live. I remember you. They also said, hi. Okay, Supreme X. Yo, I will get to that email. I lost my password. And I will get to that email as soon as I recover it. I got to find my recovery email to get into that email. That's in the description. So, but hey, I will read that. I did not forget. Know that I did not forget. Just know that I gotta find my password. I gotta go get my recovery email, for real. But they said hi. Supreme said hi, and they said love those souls. A period. Just know I did not forget about you. I will read that email as soon as I find my password. Like, I just gotta go down that list of recovery numbers. I don't even have that old number no more. I gotta. Y'all know the vibe. Y'all know what I gotta do. That's all I gotta say. Y'all know the vibe. Anyway, let's get back to it for real. What they said, well, keep showing. Hey, we will. But y'all, let's get back on the mat. I know y'all hear the airplanes right now. I live by the airport. It'd be like that. But let's get back on the mat. I'm gonna meet y'all back in downward dog. I'm gonna meet y'all back there real quick. Let me go back on my hands and knees. All right. Tucking my toes, picking up my hips, shifting back, downward dog. All right. Now we basically gonna repeat all that we just did, but on the left side. So we're gonna take a deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going to bend our knees, kick that left leg up, keep your hips square, taking a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're gonna pull your knee into your chest. Y'all don't know what happened to my voice right there. Let's take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, we're gonna step our left foot outside of our left hand, lowering the right knee down to settle into a lizard's lunge. Y'all, it's gonna rain. Y'all, it's gonna rain right now. Like, I can tell, like, I know it's gonna rain right now. Like, I'm looking at the clouds. It just got dark as heck so quick. Like, I'm looking up right now. I pray that it don't rain down on me. Like, I just got my hair done. I swear on my life, if it start raining on me right now, I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna crash out, man. Anyway, let's take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. We're gonna stay for 2 more breaths here, y'all. Taking a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Let's take 1 more breath here. And as we exhale, I'm gonna tuck my toe. Y'all, do y'all hear that thunder? Do y'all hear that thunder? Oh my God. Oh my God. I just need it to hold off. I just need it to hold off like 20 minutes, like 25 minutes. That's all I need. I just need like 25 more minutes. I just need it to hold off for that long. All right, like I said, we're gonna take a deep breath here. And as we exhale, we're gonna pick up our back knee. We're gonna pull our left knee into our chest. Then we're gonna drive it back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring it back into your chest, deep breath in. Then we're gonna step our left foot in between our hands like so, dropping our back knee down to settle into a low lunge. Let's take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. Optional to keep your hands on the mat for stability, or with a deep breath in, you can windmill your arms up. Maybe keep them in the air. Maybe keep them in heart shape. I don't know what I was gonna say. Maybe keep them in heart chakra sensor, or set them on top of your thigh. Me, I'm gonna set them on top of my thigh for stability. As I shift my hips forward just a bit more, shifting forward just a bit, trying to get a deep stretch in. I swear on my life, it better not rain right now. It better not rain right now. It need to give me my 25 minutes. It needs to give me my 25 minutes before it start pouring down, for real. Anyway, let's take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. I'm shaking my head, y'all. I'm shaking my head because it's raining right now. It's raining right now, right in this moment. Look, I'm gonna take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, I'm gonna place my hands on the mat. I'm gonna shift my hips back as I scoot my left leg forward to settle into a runner stretch. Y'all, we only had a little bit left to go anyway. They know they could have, I know the rain could have held off a bit more. A bit more. Let's take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Let's take a couple more breaths here. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling out the nose or mouth. 1 more breath here. And as you exhale, we're going to shift our weight forward back into a low lunge. We're going to tuck our toes, pick up our back knee, placing our hands flat against the mat. As we pull our left knee back into our chest, driving it back to 3-legged dog. And then placing it back in downward dog. Let's take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out as we lower our knees to the mat into tabletop. All right, you guys can stay in tabletop. I'm gonna read these comments, see if we got anything, and then we're gonna get back into it. Alrighty. Okay, Supreme said that top is A+. A, thank you. I got this at the flea market. I got this at the thrift store. You know, that's where I be getting all my stuff. From the flea market, thrift store. That's where I be at. That's where I be, y'all. Hey. You catch me there, that's where I be. But, y'all, we gotta hurry up. Like, I know y'all see how gray it is now. I know y'all saw at the start of the video, it was a clear sky. And now it's not clear no more. And now it's raining right now. It's raining right now. Like, I'm laughing outside, but inside I'm not laughing right now. Like, I'm not laughing right now, but outside I am laughing. But all right, anyway, we're gonna continue. I only got a little bit more exercises to do anyway. Like, we can really hold off. Like, it's only sprinkling. It's not like it's downpouring. Why I want to start downpouring as soon as I said that? Like, why I want to start downpouring as soon as I said that? As soon as I said, you know, it's not downpouring nothing now, we can still continue. Tell me why I started raining harder as soon as I said that. Like, no. Like, oh my God. Anywho, almost done, y'all. We almost done. We're almost done. We can make it. Let's go back to the mat, back onto tabletop, and from here we're going to go into a frog pose. So basically, you're going to widen your knees a little distance, just a little bit wider. Now this can be a little, I've never done this before. Toes to like this to make it more accessible, but if you want to really challenge yourself, you can keep your knees apart, not knees apart, feet apart like this, and then you just sink yourself down. You widen your legs a little bit wider, sinking yourself down. Maybe go down to your forearms for support, or if you're really a master at this, you can lay all the way down flat. But me, that's too intense for me, y'all. That's too much. So I'm gonna stay on my forearms like this in my frog's pose, and I'm gonna take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. We're gonna stay for a couple more breaths here, inhaling through our nose and exhaling out the nose or mouth. Let's take one more breath here. And as you exhale, go ahead and place your hands on the mat. Still stay in your frog pose like so, but we're just gonna shift back and forth here, just trying to get a little bit of mobility into our frog pose. We're gonna take a deep breath in and a deep breath out as we shift slightly back and forth. We're gonna take 2 more breaths here, y'all. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. 1 more breath here, inhaling through our nose. And as you exhale, go ahead and pull your knees together. Nice and slow here. Go ahead and pull your knees together. I know that can be a bit intense going into that frog pose. We're gonna send our hips towards our heels as we lower down into a child's pose to rest our legs after that frog's pose. Cause man, let's take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. Let's take 1 more breath here. And as we exhale, let's walk our hands back to our knees. Y'all, it's raining on me right now. Good thing I got my scarf on. Hey, we was almost done anyway. So we still finna wrap it up pretty soon before it really start pouring down on me. Before it really start like coming down. But we got majority of our exercises done. I just wanted to do some lunges, some low lunges, and definitely that frog pose before I wrap this up. But yeah, y'all, it's gonna pour down. It's raining on me right now, and I'm finna go in the house. Yeah, I'm finna leave. I'm finna leave right now, y'all. So, hey, peace and love. Enjoy y'all day. Enjoy y'all night, y'all morning, y'all evening, whatever time it is when you are watching this video. And y'all might catch me live again, maybe at like 8 o'clock, maybe 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock tonight. But we're not gonna be doing yoga though. We're gonna be making stuff, y'all. We're gonna be making like rings and stuff, and we're gonna be making stuff with some copper wire tonight. So expect me again, since it done rained on our parade, since it's raining right now, and we cannot continue. Y'all gonna see me again tonight at like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You're gonna see me. We're gonna be making stuff, chit-chatting and all that. But yeah, I gotta go. Enjoy y'all day, enjoy y'all night, morning, evening. Like I said, I already said all that. Enjoy yourselves, and I will catch y'all later on. Peace and love, and I love y'all. And if y'all don't catch me tonight, y'all definitely catch me tomorrow for day 18. But y'all gonna catch me tonight. Y'all gonna catch me tonight. Okay, before I leave though, Supreme said I would love to see your souls all day. Hey, thank you, thank you. Supreme also said that frog pose. Yes, look, we were supposed to do that a lot, but now it's raining on us like ain't shit I can do. I can't control the weather, so we finna go inside, y'all. They also said with feet in view, I hope. Hey, it might be, but y'all catch me at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We gonna be making stuff. We gonna be doing stuff, period, for real. And catch me tomorrow at the same time. We gonna be going live again, doing some more yoga. But y'all gotta go. Like, it's pouring down. I just got my hair done. I'm not even supposed to be out here like that when it's raining like this. Like, I'm not trying to get sick or nothing. So, you know, BTD is real. Body temperature disorder is real. So I gotta go inside. But I love y'all. Peace and love. I will catch y'all later on tonight, and I will catch y'all tomorrow for more yoga. But yeah, peace and love, y'all. I will see y'all later. I gotta go because it's not clearing up. It's getting worse. It's getting worse, and I'm getting cold. So peace and love, y'all.